Thank you for stepping into the Garden of Influence where healing and purpose meets. A podcast designed to empower women to cultivate deep healing and transform their lives from the inside out. Each episode will inspire you with powerful stories, practical wisdom, and soul nourishing insights to help you grow spiritually, heal emotionally, and live intentionally. This is a space for the woman who is ready to stop performing and start becoming, to embrace her truth, own her identity, and live from a place of alignment and authenticity. Whether you're on your way to work, it's Self Care Sunday, or you're out on a jog, let these words of love and wisdom plant seeds in your soul today. I'm your host, Ariel Gordino. Hello, everyone. Thank you for stepping into the garden. I think you should stay a while. I think you're going to love it here. And if you're not new here, then hey, how are you? Welcome back. How has everyone's week been? I feel like this week went by really, really fast. I don't know. Maybe it's because I took off on Thursday. Well, I had a half a day on Thursday, but it also was 4th of July. I hope everyone had a really nice long weekend. You spent some time with some family, ate some good food, went to a few cookouts. I feel like the year is going by so fast. In my eyes, after July is over, it's about fall already. So, but maybe I'm moving too fast, but I don't know. Once July is over, is August is a blink of an eye, and then here we are in September. But, I'm really happy that this weather has been pretty good. It's been hot. We had a few hot days, but so I didn't post a new episode last weekend. I announced it on our Instagram page. If you don't follow us already, it's at the Garden of Influence on Instagram. I was setting up my little podcast setup, my recording setup, and Apple does too much sometimes. And that little piece for your MacBook, like with the little block, that little piece that attaches, I lost that at work. And so I set up everything and I had a really good message right when I set up everything. And I'm like, oh, my laptop's dead. Let me get my charger. I had everything except that little piece. And I was like, okay. I was like, I guess I'm not recording this week. That's fine. So here we are. But I'm really excited for what I have for you guys for this episode. So let's get right into it. Fill your cup first. That's the title of this episode. So let me go to Pinterest. I have to pull up my Pinterest quote. Usually, when you hear about, pouring into your cup or any type of quote like that, usually the one you hear is you can't pour from an empty cup. So I didn't want to bring that one. I wanted to find someone that was actually different. So one that I found that I thought was so cute, and it says, fill your own cup. Replenish yourself often. When you offer from a place of being filled up, you can truly uplift the world. So I'm going to let that sit just for a few seconds. So, the first thing that really stood out to me when I first read this quote was the second part that says, replenish yourself often. And it made me think and made me ask some questions like, what does that really mean? How often do I replenish myself? And what does that look like for me? And what does that feel like for me? Like how can I recognize what that is to me? And I think that nowadays, a lot of us don't really know. We can't really answer those questions because we may not be replenishing ourselves as often as we need. And once you stop doing it for so long, it's kind of like you forget what your own self, what you actually enjoy, and what you need as you. And where the disconnect really happens is that when you do not replenish yourself often as needed, that's when you start emptying your cup. Because if you're not doing the things that make you full and the things that, bring you joy and happiness, you're not filling your cup. You're actually removing from your cup because those are the things that would fill your cup. Those are the things that make you you. And so if you're not replenishing that, then you're emptying yourself. Okay, so let's talk about what it would look like to replenish yourself. And mind you, everyone is different, everyone is unique. So, what someone else needs, it may not be exactly what you need, okay? Some people like to be social, they need to go out, they need to have some social interactions that make them feel full. Maybe you like food, maybe you like your quiet time. Maybe you like the spa. I know I like the spa, okay? I like going to the spa. I don't go to the spa often, but that is something that would replenish me. But there's so many different things. I really enjoy having quiet time as well. And like for instance, before I started recording just now, I was painting and watching the Bernie Mac show. And to me, that's bringing me joy, it's bringing me peace and happiness. In the little moments and the little times that I have to myself, I'm pouring back into me because I was at work and I had to pour while I'm at work. I didn't really see none of my family today or talk to much of my family today. But when you're around your family, you're pouring into your family as well. You're pouring out love, you're pouring out, knowledge, whatever the case is. So once you come home, you need to prioritize yourself enough to set some time by yourself, some quiet time or whatever time that you need to do the things that can fill what you filled out. It has to be a balance. Because here's the truth, we are so many people to so many people. And to speak just on behalf of women, some of us are moms, some of us are wives, daughters, sisters, aunties, grandmas. And what you would have to pour into your husband is not the same thing that you would pour into your kids. It's not the same thing that a grandmother would pour into her grandchildren. So you need to know what you need to pour into yourself because it looks different than the way that you show up for other people. And if you don't know what that looks like for you, that's where the disconnect happens because then you stop knowing what you need for yourself. It's so great to know how to show up for everyone, but really, what does it look like you knowing how to show up for everyone in your life? But when it comes to you, you question yourself. You don't know yourself enough to know how to show up for you because you don't spend enough time with yourself. You don't replenish yourself enough. You don't take care of yourself to know what you need as a person. And I'm saying all these things out of love, okay? We're all in the garden together. We are growing and blooming all together. But one thing that I also realize is that we need to stop saying that, oh, I'm simple, for an excuse not to be able to really get to know ourselves on a deeper level and understand things that we actually enjoy. I feel like a lot of people now, it's kind of like an excuse to say, I just like rest. In our lives, is that all that we need is rest? Or is there parts of you that you just put away because you just felt like I can't really use much with this anymore and I have to be a mom. I have to do this now. I have to work. I have to provide for myself. I have to do these things. So something that I once loved to do, it brought me passion, it brought me joy. I was so into it. I had to put it away because I just couldn't focus on it right now. I couldn't put myself first. Those are the things that you have to really lock back in and search back and get back because those are the things that spark you. That's things that light you up. And once we start putting things aside that we once loved so much, that's also a disconnect right there. And you start emptying your cup and you start not knowing how to replenish yourself because the things that you once knew that was replenishing to you, you put it to the side and you ignore it. And a lot of us know what those things are. A lot of us know that we love pottery. For some reason, I love pottery. I never even done it. I never even done it yet, but I want to. I'm the type of person where I will have a whole bunch of hobbies. I will try anything. I don't know what I'm good at until I try it. I don't know what I like until I try it. But some of us know the things that we love to do. And because of who we are to so many different people and all these different things that we have to do on a day to day, we put ourselves last so we can put them first. Like the quote says, we cannot pour from an empty cup. So that's definitely something that we have to pay attention and get back into alignment with those things that replenish us. I know one thing that really replenishes me is when I'm very connected with God and I'm praying, I fasted in the beginning of the year and I felt so amazing, and it brought me so much peace and so much joy. And just taking care of myself mentally, physically, those are really important things that not only does it replenish you internally, but you're just taking care of yourself. Those are basic things that we should be doing on a day to day. But with life happening, and life is always going to happen, we start to put it aside as if those things aren't as important, and they really are. We should never put those type of things last. One thing that's really important to me is mental health. Taking care of your mental health is really important. And I believe that doing things that bring you joy and doing things that make you happy and bring you peace, and even rest, I'm going to have to say, resting for this one also is very important for your mental health, because sometimes you need to know how to just calm your nervous system, because there could be so many things going on around us, and we're just constantly, okay, I have to do this, I got to talk to this person's going through this, I got to help her, I got work is busy right now, so much projects is bit, whatever the case is. And we get so caught up, and we just start saying, okay, no, this could wait, this could wait, sacrificing our well being for things that aren't contributing to our well being. That is never, never the move. And another thing, go get cute. Go get cute. There's such a thing that I believe, look good, feel good. I believe that for sure. And I think that some of us get so comfortable with just saying, like, or we don't even have the time. And some of us don't have the money. That's okay too. That's okay too. But it's also fun learning how to do certain things as well. Like nails. I'm about to start learning how to do my own nails. Not only because it's expensive, but because I think it would be a cute way of self care for myself. On a Saturday night or something, I'm doing my own nails. I think that we need to start pouring into ourselves in that way that make us feel really good about ourselves as well. If you love clothes, and you feel like you don't go anywhere, you have to go somewhere to wear your clothes, stop doing that. Go get dressed up to go to the grocery store because you want to get dressed up to go to the grocery store. If you love heels, wear your heel. I wear heels. I love heels. And I've never been ashamed of it. I'll wear heels, okay, because I like heels. Do what makes you feel good. Whatever that is, do it. Do it. You only live once, first of all. And I think that we get so caught up in our heads with opinions of others. How are they going to look at me? Am I doing too much? Am I doing enough? You do not live for anyone else but you. No one else's opinion matters but you. And if it makes you happy, then who cares? Who cares, really? Because this is my life, not yours. Do what you want in your life, but I'm going to do what I want in mine, okay? And you can watch from the sidelines. And honestly, if they're watching from the sidelines and they're hating, then that's fine. Okay? We love a few haters. That keeps us going. But for sure, do you. It's definitely time to get back into alignment with the things that make you feel alive, and those little things that you enjoyed as a kid, even because there were things that were instilled in us before we even really knew ourselves, that we were just drawn to because that is just what's in us. It wasn't anything that we had to do or look for and force on ourselves. We were just naturally drawn to certain things. We were just naturally good at certain things. And at the time of that age, you don't really understand. And if you were raised in a way that you weren't able to dive deeper into those things or experience those things or express yourself, then it's harder for you to really understand what those things are when you get older. But that's why you have to do that type of inner work in yourself, because then things will start to pop up. You'll start to be like, oh, this is why I like this. I remember liking this when I was younger. Because in the end, as far as our own journey that God wants us to move on and go through, this is our life. And you have to experience life your life to the fullest extent that you possibly can. And don't take it for granted. Do the things that make you happy. Do the things that bring you joy. Don't care about what other people think. Sometimes you have to put yourself first, and that's not being selfish. It's you replenishing yourself. And do it often. Don't make this a thing where it's every once in a while I'll give back to myself and I do something nice to myself. No, replenish yourself often because you pour out yourself often. So why can't you replenish yourself often? Why don't you deserve that same love back to yourself? You know yourself best. You can't expect anyone to give these things to you. People will pour into you as well. The most important person that knows and should know exactly what you need is you. So I'm going to leave you with some questions for you to think about as we step into this next week. What are you going to do differently this week to pour more into yourself? How much time will you set yourself aside to make sure you can adequately check in with yourself and give yourself the time you need? What are parts of myself that I let go that once made me whole? Guys, remember to give yourself grace and know that realization is always the first step to growth and healing. But what you choose to do after that is up to you. So I have to ask, how often are we going to be replenishing ourselves now? Thank you for listening. I hope today's episode met you where you are and you left with something meaningful to carry forward. If it spoke to your heart, I'd love for you to share it with someone who needs it too. And if you feel led, please leave a review. Your words will help this garden grow. New episodes of the Garden of Influence bloom every Sunday, so be sure to follow along and grow with us on Instagram at the Garden of Influence. Until next time, stay rooted, stay real, and keep blooming.